Damn.
Ron Bell and Don Shader got beef. Dog.
Hey, bro, could you imagine? Imagine,
Yeah,
bro.
That's why he's on the streets, bro.
Yeah,
Ron Bell
bro.
sued him
That's
back in the day.
That's why Ron Bell was in the UFC ring, bro.
Hey, was he?
From when you never seen this.
Hold up. We got to really talk about this. Are you
never
trying to
seen-
tell
it's
me
one of
Ron
his
Bell?
ads, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was really out there fighting.
No,
because, listen, I would go watch Ron Bell and Don
Bare knuckle.
bare knuckle fight. Imagine that, bro.
That's actually a good matchup.
I
That's
know
a
it is.
legit good matchup.
That's
Dog's
crazy.
ripped too. So
Well, I
you
mean,
know,
he'd be out here too.
Yeah, he
dog.
stays shredded.
If the sun hasn't killed that fucker yet, I don't think Ron Bell could do it.
Oh no, for sure. He's
Like
SPF
the
1000 built in.
1,000. I think he was born on the sun.
Oh yeah,
brother.
he's Bosque made, brother.
100. The first time I remember, him was on public
I was up
access,
as a
bro.
kid.
Oh, yeah,
He was talking about drinking his pee and shit. Like,
I remember flipping through the channels too, and you come on that
Swear,
weird public,
bro.
and he just be there. It's still the same little shorts,
same
bro. No
shorts,
shirt.
talking about how it's healthy to drink your pee. Like, it was wild. My mom was like, "What the fuck are you watching?" Mom, see, I told you we could drink our pee. Look at this guy. He seems legit. He's on public access.
For sure. I thought Mad TV was just on a weird sketch for a second. I
For
was like, I don't
real,
know.
dog.
That's funny, bro. That's funny. You know what I remembered back in the day? Do you remember ordering music videos on the box?
Oh, dog. That's how we show our age 100%
Yeah,
right
for
there.
sure. I brought that up on stage the other night. Like only a couple older people like chuckled at that, and I remember my mom getting pissed at my older brother for ordering like a $400 like phone video. For ordering like the same. It was a Helta Skelta like music video
That's
of like 40 times.
Crazy, dog.
And I'll never remember her being
crazy.
pissed, just pissed,
Bro,
Just,
you know, that was around the era. It makes me think of, remember when No Doubt dropped that Don't Speak?
Yep, my mom
That was
loved
like
that
the box era right there, bro. Because it's interesting because, you know, my dad was in the hospital around that time, bro. So we're like, he was a Presbyterian and we stayed at this like, it was like a cancer outpatient like type of, I can't remember the name of it, bro. And that sucks because they really did help a lot, but they put us up in that spot. And when my mom was in the hospital, bro, we were running that shit up, dog. Not that many times, but yeah, she was kind of pissed.
Pre-TRL, which is already shows our age once again.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-TRL.
That's why we were ready for TRL. They're like, this is just a shitty version of the box, bruh.
Growing up, my mom, like now that I look back at it, she listened to the coolest like shit back in the day. She was all about like SWV and Salt and Pepper. Like I remember, like the other day we were chilling and smoking. We went back like and just played all the shit she used to listen to in the '90s, bro.
Yep.
She was a cool mom for real. Mom take me to the flea market, the original farmers market. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you just go get Ninja. Do you remember you'd go to the flea market and you'd go to the weapon stand?
Dog.
Do you remember the weapon stand?
Every time
And
the
you were
throwing
just
stars.
yeah, the fucking the dart
Bro.
guns, bro. You'd fucking be a menace in the
You can
North
find
Valley.
some crazy shit
I
over
would,
there,
bro. The sword, right? It would start out pretty solid, but by the time I beat the shit out of my brother with it, it was just limp and done. Every time you'd have to go get another one, and it was different colors. Man, I miss them little ninja packages,
The
bro.
flea market was the original. Now it's a farmer's market. Those are like popping now.
Yeah.
The farmer's market. I live right next to it, and I laugh because this is like my analogy. Like white people, like white ladies take their dogs to the farmer's market the same way cholos bring out their cars on Sunday. It's the same flex.
I like that.
Like, they don't even go for vegetables. They're just there with their like Australian Shepherd.
Like, yo, yeah, look at Becky. Look at
There's
Becky. I just got her.
There's like 400 dogs at the farmer's market. You're like, what is going on? Like, what the fuck? I love my dogs. If you know me, if you're like, you see my shit, I bring my dogs everywhere. They're in my videos. They're always with me.
Yep.
But I don't bring them there. That's
No.
that's just place and time. That's
And
crazy.
see, I couldn't take my dogs there neither because I got 2 fucking huskies, bro. They're diabolical.
Oh, yeah.
Dog. No fucking way. Especially if there's a
Are
bunch
they
of
like
dogs
the
there.
loud ones too? Like
Loud
vocal
as
shit?
fuck, bro. And then like it looks like they want beef like with these dogs, but like they don't. And people see my dogs and they're like, "This dude's got some woofs." I'm like, "Yeah, dog. I'm that New Mexican, my dude.
yeah.
Like, I'm out here walking around with wolves and shit, dog."
Fucking half gray wolf, half coyote.
Shit.
It's fucking.
Oh, bro, no one wants to walk up on Johnny because his fucking wolves are gonna eat our dogs.
But speaking of that, I did see not in front. I saw a white lady at a fucking brewery with a coyote. Like, bitch, that's not a dog. That's I think snarling at everything.
Ready to
bro.
kill
He wants to
everybody.
bite your face right now.
Every time, bro, almost like every other Saturday when I'm running in the bosque, my dog, like, I feel like my spirit animal was fucking one of the coyotes down there in the bosque.
Bro, it must
There's
be.
a whole pack of those motherfuckers, bro.
It must be. For someone that chiefs, bro, as much as we do, you run like crazy, bro. You're Apollo Creed, dog. I still dread the mile, like when you're in middle school and you had to run a mile. I was the fat kid, like, fuck, I hope it's cold enough so we don't have to run today.
Bro.
I still have that mentality with cardio, and Johnny
That's
James is all doing videos 13 miles in, inspirational Joe Rogan videos, bro, on mile 15. Bro, if you don't fucking wake up and drink your fucking green chili, if you don't put it in a smoothie with your 50 grams of protein, dog, that you're not about it, eh?
If I can do it, you can do
if
it,
I
bro.
can do
Live life, guys.
And then, yeah, fuck yeah. Bro, no, but for real, props, bro, because I can't be running in the hills like that.
I hated it, bro.
Yeah.
All I did when I was younger, dog, I played basketball and football. And anytime that, like, we're talking about long distance running, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with y'all? Why would you do
That's
that?
torture, yeah.
Bro, and it still is. I fucking hate it.
You see
I
the
fucking hate it.
like the cross country kids in high school, and they weren't right in the head.
No, they still ain't.
Like we're gonna meet on 4th and Griegos, and we're gonna run to the petroglyphs and back.
Yeah, bro. That's
With our shirts off.
Like what?
Yeah. That's what they did at
crazy.
West Mesa, bro.
Yeah.
They would run all the way up to like 98th, or some would even go up to 9 Mile
Yeah,
and then back down, bro.
fucking
Get the
9 Mile, yo.
And now I'm one of those
fuck outta
fuckers. In my
here.
30s, I thought it, you know what I'm saying? It's
Do you
35.
think you can do that? You think you could run up
100%.
and then run? Then what is it? I think they would run up like pretty much
100.
the freeway.
Do you find yourself low key like getting more into like the running gear, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
actual gear?
100%.
So one of these days we're gonna see Johnny James on the
In little
track,
short
in
shorts.
the little shorts,
little
nippleless
neon,
shirt,
little neon situation with the hat, bro.
He's gonna look like Garth, bro, on Wayne's World, where he's all, some people just do stuff for money, and he's like all geared up in Pepsi and shit.
Hey, but the hats, I got too big of a fucking dome to really rock the running hats. When I
Okay.
put it on, I'm like, damn, I'm looking fucking crazy right now with this little running hat. Maybe
put
if the circumference of my head was just a little smaller, nah, I need a real hat.
When I go out, I always put those like big like sun hats on, and I feel like my grandpa, he was like, he'd always be doing yard work in those shit.
Hey,
I rock
And
those,
in a
bro.
flannel,
They
how was
save
your
your
grandpa
life, bro.
out in a flannel, dog?
and not even sweating, dog.
I was trip on that. I'm like, bro, it's 108 degrees, bro.
Flannel, he's got his
Jeans.
fucking jeans on and a giant
Just
hat, bro.
fucking sweeping. You're like,
Well, that's what you're supposed to, bro. You're supposed to be all covered up
But
when,
is
when
it-
you're working in the sun. It's hot, but
It makes
saves
sense,
your
right?
skin from like skin
That
cancer
sounds
and stuff.
fucking horrible, bro.
It sounds crazy.
That
bro.
sounds insane, but it does make sense because you see people in the Middle East.
Yeah, that's why they
You don't
layer
see them
up.
out there in fucking wife beaters and, or I mean, woman correctors and that words. My
wife-
bad. Let me
wife
get political.
correctors.
Wife correct. I said woman. That's even worse.
Equally quality tank tops.
Yeah, equally quality tank tops from Walmart. You don't see them out there doing that shit, bro. Hey, we'll keep going, dog.
I
We'll keep
know,
going
bro.
with no intro, dog. So we gonna intro this, even though Jay don't remember what episode we're on.
68.
Old man Travis, 68
Nah,
and a half. You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm here with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay, old man Logan Travis,
Yup.
new hip replacement is in the building. What's popping, Jay? How's your hip?
Chilling, bro. Good.
Just chilling? Good?
Good, bro.
Good.
My knee's hurting now
Your
from,
knees
that,
hurting?
from that thumbnail we had to take out.
But your hip's good. Because
Yeah,
that's kind
hip's
of
good.
important, dog. Like your knee, you know, you could get around it. But once your hip's fucked, bro, I heard it's downhill from there, dog.
I guess, Doug. Yeah.
Len Words.
Yeah.
What's cracking, Len Words?
What's cracking? Crackerjack season.
Crackerjack
Every time.
season.
Every time.
As you can see, we're joined by a special guest.
Hey.
My dog, ZACH ABEYTA's in the
What
building.
is
Make
good?
some motherfucking noise, Jay, for episode 69.
On the proper episode too.
Yes, bro. I swear we didn't wait for this one. Just I was like, hey, Zach, it's episode 69. Let's talk about some diabolical shit now.
Let's just talk about the worst shit we can.
Well, see, since we're on the subject, we've talked about this before. And when I was younger, I thought 69 was the most player shit you could possibly do. But listen, bro.
Oh, no, dude.
Someone in that situation is not fully doing their job. Someone is going above
There's
and
always-
beyond.
in every group project, there's one person
That
that's doing all the
slacks.
work.
Yes,
And there's
thank
one
you.
person chilling, bro.
100%.
Always.
But you're in school,
Someone's
you're like,
doing research. They're putting together a PowerPoint with their tongue, dog.
Yes, yes.
There's some person just chilling. Just no, I'll get a C on this and pass.
yup. And there's someone in that situation
I'll
that's
sharpen
doing
your
C
pencil.
minus.
I'll sharpen the pencil for y'all. Don't worry about
I'm not gonna bring my A+ work to a C- partner here.
69 is also like the ultimate, like intimate arm wrestling. You're like, who can fucking finish each other? Like, I'm gonna throw her off. Watch how sick I am.
Fatality.
Yeah, she ain't gonna make this shit. Suck it in.
Flawless victory. Someone's not doing their job right. But it's things when you're like young like that you think like you got to check off the list, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a player 69, son. You know what I mean?
In the car, even.
I'm a good. Hey, fuck it. This episode ain't gonna be monetized. We just go in here out the gate. Same thing with titty fucking. When I was a youngster, I was like, yeah, we got to do that.
It's funny just to think about now.
It kind of is, bro. I don't feel like women are like, yo, man, this dude, he hit it on the nail. He walked up, he was like, hey, you down for some titty fucking? You think there's a woman out there that's like, you're the guy I needed my whole life.
Be like, these dudes in Albuquerque can't get me off. This one dude.
The titty fucker.
After fucking effects. He titty fucked me. I came 3 times. Not said once ever. What?
But those are things that you feel,
her in the face,
bro. In the right. And like they have to be. So 2 people have to come to the party here, like prepared with the right utensils.
Yeah.
You can't really titty fuck an A cup, right? Yeah. And if you're out here on some fucking itty bitty pee pee energy, you're not gonna really be able to pull up to the party neither.
Yeah, you don't want to get lost in the wave pool at the beach.
Right? Because we've seen how that goes, bro.
Damn,
I still got PTSD from that shit, bro.
Do you remember how rough that floor was?
My feet are fucked up still from it. I got scars on my feet from that floor, bro. I'd walk out, my feet are bleeding. Let's go on the huge slide now.
I remember too, pull it up. No like sandals, no towel, no sunscreen. No. Just shirt off and you're there.
Yep.
I don't even remember maybe pulling up the shirt sometimes.
It was the greatest, bro.
I remember you can never get a motherfucking tube.
That's because all the fuckers were there. Bro, you're not even lying.
I'm not lying,
Did you ever get on a tube in there?
Or like a seat. Like a seat, especially under the shade.
Never,
you ain't ever getting a seat under the shade.
Damn, Jay, I never did have a tube.
You never got a tube, dog. You would see them stacked up, and then...
Those were all NPC
they didn't have
characters.
it, yeah.
You held on tight. You're white knuckled that bitch.
Those were all NPC characters, bro.
Yeah, dog.
Man, I miss the beach,
crazy,
bro. The beach was the shit,
I just talked about
dog.
this on stage the other night. I brought it up. This dude laughed. I was like, I take the beach over Topgolf any day.
Any day. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember going to Dance teen thing at the beach.
100.
They would do foam parties. Do you remember foam parties?
Yep.
That shit wasn't even foam. It was like Dawn dish soap.
I know it was.
And it would get into your eye. It would be burning. And you'd just be like grinding on some shit.
And your skin's all red,
and you're like,
dog.
oh, no, make it through the song. Make it through the song. I don't want to.
All crying and shit.
I got busted, dog, because at that time I was, let's see. I was living in San Fidel, but I was going to school in Grants, dog. So like we all like hopped in the whip and I was staying at my cousin's pad. So I was out here in the Duke and we were supposed to be asleep, right? So, but we all snuck out when we went to Dance. It's a teen thing. And remember how they used to show it on Channel 2?
Exactly.
Right?
So when you were young, you wanted to go because you're like, oh, the
I'm gonna be on
teenagers.
TV.
Caleb Crunk will interview me.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. I did get interviewed by Caleb Crunk.
My nana was watching it like a week later because remember it would air the next week, right? Yep. My nana was watching it. She was watching the news and Dance came on after, and she told my mom, she's all, I seen Johnny on TV. And my mom's like, well, yeah, he was that thing that they do where all the youngsters and teenagers are dancing, bro. Popped, busted because we were on Channel 2, bro.
So funny. I remember being like before a b-boy. That was like some of the first time I saw b-boys get down was at Dance.
Yep.
And I remember I would trip because at Garfield Middle School we sea-walked.
Oh yeah. Oh bro.
And I'll never forget a time like a b-boy came out and smoked us, and he did. And we were just like wiping off our shoes, and like, like shaking the homie's shirt, like your shirt's dirty. Wipe your shoulder off.
And he came out and actually started breaking.
And I was like, oh shit, that's fucking sick. That was one of my first. But I remember at Dance Dance, you could learn how to break dance, sea walk, and grind on a girl in 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, 100%, and be drunk the whole time.
That shit's crazy. So how old are you? I feel like I'm
39.
Okay. So 30. I'll be 35 this year.
Yeah, so we right there.
About a class away.
Yeah, you're about class away,
About
exactly. You're my sister's age.
Yep. So yeah, I remember going to that shit. But I was just thinking thinking we don't even have a culture as cool for the adults here today. We don't have a dance culture. We don't have like a place for us to go have fun like that. Nothing against the rave scene. It's not my thing. But I was like, oh, that is what it is now.
Yeah.
Like instead of going out and dancing to hip hop and like this community, it was more community. Now it's just like let's like dress up with the craziest outfit and take all the drugs and fucking
and just
yeah. And I was like, man, I just felt like it was a cooler thing for us growing up. For real.
I think so. I think so too. It just seemed like there was more cool shit to do. And it's funny too because we still complained about it. We're still like, there ain't shit to do,
I was just about to
man.
say that. Yeah.
Ain't shit to do, man. But now there really ain't shit to do. You know what though? I got, and we've talked about this multiple times, bro. I gotta give it to you guys, brother. The comedians down here, you guys are cultivating a scene that just kind of isn't regular down here, my brother. Like,
it's something that we're not known for our like entertainment. Period. You know what I mean? And 7 years ago, when I started, it was open mics only, shows at breweries. But now, 7 years later, we got an independent club. We got Casadas at Santa Ana Star, over 300 seats.
It's crazy.
And they're opening another club in Midtown next week, like a bigger comedy club.
Crazy.
So for us to go to a scene where like comedy's now popping, it's one of the reasons I haven't left yet.
Yeah.
And people always say like, you've done so much with your stand-up here. Why aren't you in LA? Why aren't you in New York? Well, first of all, cost of living. That's a huge thing for sure. But with all the opportunities that we have now, and then now that you're able to grow your platform here,
100.
you know what I mean? And I love providing laughs to people at our state. I love going to all the small. I'm doing Sky City Casino this Wednesday and Grants. I got
That's
a
dope.
Northern New Mexico run here in July where I'm doing Taos, Red River, Angel Fire, Santa Fe. I love I did a Southern one last year, Roswell, Las Cruces, Carlsbad. Like going to those small towns are some of the funnest because they don't get live shows.
Nah, so they appreciate the
Dude,
fuck out of it,
They
bro.
are psyched.
Yeah, they all pull up.
They are psyched. So, yeah, much love to all of and it's gotten me to see a lot more of our state that I've never seen before.
Yup.
So that's another dope thing.
It's a trip because you realize why Hollywood's down here shooting movies. Because you could drive an hour in any separate direction, you got a completely different landscape. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. Same shit, same, bro. Whenever we did the Straight Out New Mexico tour and like the tours before that, when we hit the state, it's the same. You pull up to like so we're used to performing down here in Burke, bro, and everybody like you hit like a certain ceiling and like people don't want to come pull up to a show every fucking week, right?
Bro.
Like we seen y'all last week at fucking
Exactly.
at Knuckleheads, bro. We ain't gonna pull up, right? We'll see y'all next month. We got a few new songs, but when you hit these little towns, right? You got the Gallup, you got the Grants, you got the Cruces, you got the Spania, all these little spots. They show up and show out because they don't get things like that on a regular basis. We're down here, like we kind of do more than they do.
Oh, yeah.
And man, we don't appreciate it sometimes, dog.
Damn. I just remember I did the Lowrider show in Espanola last year.
Yeah.
That was wild. We had to stand on a platform in front of just 500 people in cars, bro. And that's hard to roast them in Espanola. You gotta
The fuck
walk
you say,
light,
dog?
You gotta tread lightly up there, bro. I did is it Truchas too?
Oh, yeah.
I did Truch. That was a beautiful little town.
Yeah, there's
Went out
not
there
very
just
many
for
people there
comedy.
neither, yeah.
Tiny, bro. There was like.
Did you
it
perform
was
at a
our-
fucking VFW
Bro,
or
it
what?
was their whole town yearly event, and it looked like any New Mexican family get together. It was like 50 people there. It was their but I didn't realize how beautiful it is. Yeah, I can't wait for that Northern New Mexico one.
Yeah, man, Northern. Gorgeous, dog. That Enchanted Circle's crazy, bro.
I always laugh being traveling and being in different parts of the state, the different dialect once you get Norteños talk way different. Like Albuquerque's the break.
Yep.
And Santa Fe. And I noticed my dad being up from there. My dad lives in Pecos now, but I'm from Santa Fe, and it's so much more animated. And so you'll see the Norteño be like, "What's up, fucker, bro? This setup's all sick. You guys are fucked. It's popping in here. No,
real, dog.
Johnny, I seen you last week, dog. You're killing it. Eh?" They're so animated.
I know.
And you're a perfect example. Chill, Southern, us. Once we get here, it's like a chiller.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's there, and it's crazy because it's the same, but it's just that subtle little differences, dog. And even words, right? Like my nana, bro, she lived in Cubero, bro, which is, it's right there at the break point too, dog. But they used to call it a wash rag, a trapo. Right? That was my nana's name for it forever, and it's all kind of like norteño slang for stuff. It's like our Spanglish. So when I went to school and I tried to explain what a trapo was, my Spanish teacher from fucking Mexico looked at me like I was fucking bonkers trying to tell her what a trapo was. But I agree with you, dog. It's interesting to see it because the Duke is right at that middle area to where our slang is
It's just
still the
way
same.
that we inflect the words.
Yup.
They Norteños inflect at the end, where here we punch right at the top.
Yup. And then when you go below Southern, you kind of lose a lot of it.
They don't even talk down there. They're actually mute. They don't talk at all.
Like that.
Past the Coro, you're not gonna get much conversation.
I'll get people that you don't represent all of us. We're down here in the southern part, y'all. fuck. It's like some of them think that they want to be Texas. Not all of them, right? Not all of them.
Yo,
but there's
Roswell's wild.
Roswell's are like our cousin.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Feels different. Like I performed out there. They do their own shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're on a different side of the path.
Carlsbad too.
Yeah, for sure.
Carlsbad and Roswell are like nuts, bro. Carlsbad's crazy. That's a trip, bro. All my people out there, every time I pull up, there's certain places where you instantly like feel at home because of like where we're from in the state. So Roswell, it's wild as fuck, but I'm like, yo, this shit kind of comfortable about it.
I will say they're all, like some of the dopest on it, like wild, but they pack it out. Every time I go, it's like a 250 people in the show, all locals. Then they support the shit out of whatever live entertainment. Like you said, I don't get a lot, so they all pull up. And it's like a high school reunion every time because everyone knows each other.
Sure.
When I did Carlsbad, we did a bar, and you could still smoke cigarettes in it. Dog.
That's crazy.
It was like little like Southern ladies like fucking I've never been. I do a joke where I like showed like my scars and like the bullhorn. Like fuck yeah, take it off.
Oh my god. Smoking a fucking Marlboro Reds and shit.
Yeah.
That was probably like yesterday too, huh?
Oh yeah, bro. Fucking the little flip in their hair, dude.
Grants was one of the last places too, bro, where you could still smoke in a restaurant. They barely got rid of that shit like maybe 10 years ago, dog.
I see that.
We'd be sitting there. There was this spot over there called La Ventana, bro. It was like the fancy restaurant that was out there, bro, and it was close. And they turn off the lights and everybody just chain smoking Marlboro Reds in that motherfucker. I had Dom sitting back there, bro. He's all gray and pale, dog, just to go get some fucking barbecue chicken and shit.
That is fucking. I'm gonna be out there twice this week. I have this the casino, and then I'm doing. I didn't even realize I signed up for it. That's how much like I'm off. But I signed up for a private gig on the 4th of July. So for the
out
4th
in
of
Grants
July,
or in
yeah,
Sky City?
Just in Grants. Like I just know it's a private party. I'm like a mercenary. It's like private party, be there 6 p.m.
Hey,
I'm
well,
like, that's all I need to know.
Just to give you a heads up then, dope, because I'm going to be, so it's turned into like kind of like a tradition now, past like 4 years since COVID or whatever. We pull up over there to Grants. That's the only time I really go to Grants anymore.
Okay, dope.
We pull up over there 4th of July, bro. We get
That's
all the
bro,
fireworks.
it's so funny if I'm going to be performing wherever you go.
No, probably not.
Nuts. No.
I get no, absolutely not.
okay.
But I'm telling you, when you're done performing, my brother,
I will hit you up.
Let's
for
go.
sure.
Let's
I will
come
hit you up for sure.
blow some shit up.
You're not performing because he's performing a stand-up over there, dog.
Oh, it's his debut.
It's my
dog.
debut, dog. In my cousin's, in the back of my cousin's trailer, dog.
No AC.
Hey, no, ACs are overrated, bro.
That's how it is in the studio, bro. You're lucky if you got an AC in the studio.
When I first started recording with Jay, you know, he had his studio. He had made it dope as shit, but it was in his garage, right? Mm-hmm. So you got that garage heat out the gate, but they built like a room within the room, right? Oh, so shit. He had the AC in like going out the garage. So you had to make it through that little area to get there. Bro, when it was July and that little break in the room from the garage to the room, holy fuck. I almost died there multiple times.
Walked through the valley of darkness.
For real, dog. Just to record this song.
It was like the hottest 10 feet you've ever had to walk, bro. But then you walk in the studio room, it's like ice cold, chilling,
but there was a homie, dog, that no matter what, every time he was in the studio, I'm like, you're fucking recording last. Because this motherfucker will put the headphones on and they would be, when he was done, nastier than fuck. I'm talking about
you had to order new ones. They're corroded.
Sopping wet. Like fucking Brady was in here. I fucking know it, man. I ain't putting these headphones. I told Jay, we're recording without fucking headphones, man.
Yeah.
So every time we record, I tell Brady, motherfucker, you going last. You ain't, nah.
You have a 10-minute time.
And that's it. Because he'd have to cut off. It was just like Hustle and Flow.
You have to get those little covers, those little like condom covers.
Over the headphones for Brady. Because it was just like Hustle and Flow with the kick them fans off. Because we couldn't record with the AC in.
Isn't it? So you don't realize until you're recording videos like how much sound affects everything.
Everything,
bro.
Like, I can't tell you. I know you probably been there. How many times you're on the street or even in your house and a car drives by. You're like, fuck!
Oh, I fucked it all. That was a perfect fucking cake, man.
Even my house, the AC kicks on. I'm like, damn it.
Or the wind. The wind will fuck it up too.
The worst. You're done in the wind.
Done.
Like,
Yeah, that's why there's times, bro, when I'm like, I want to record something, I want to do it outside, and I step out, I'm like, nope, this is going to be inside video. This is going to be an inside video. So, man, we're already fucking rocking through this, bro. We ain't even, sometimes we come with ideas, and sometimes we got subjects, bro, but
cool.
we're winging it.
You know, we've linked up a couple times, like, you know, public events and caught each other and caught up, but it is cool when you feel like you know someone, and you caught, like, we have all the same memories of the city, you know what I mean?
I know.
We grew up, that it is dope, because I feel like we're losing a lot of those gems, a lot of those memories. And it's funny because in the content, a lot of the things that even on stand-up, like I love to give people that feeling, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite feelings to give someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I love when I forget about, like, when I get that to myself, like, you give yourself that deja vu or like that, oh shit, like, I remember about going to putt-putt with my grandma and her being relentless on my ass and smoking me, dog.
Like you just said with the
6
box,
years
bro.
old.
The box just unleashed. When you said that, it just brought back a fuckload of memories, bro.
Yeah, all the music, just watching all those old music videos, bro. And
We used to record them on the VHS. Remember that, Chad?
See what I mean? Old man Jason.
We'd record all kinds of shit.
And
And
then
then we
like-
probably still have
listen,
them.
I know
Watch
this
them
one
back.
we all definitely did too, but recording your voicemails on the songs.
Oh yeah, dog.
All of us did that shit.
Come on,
all
bro.
of us did that shit.
And you have to turn it down right at the moment. What's up, guys?
And
my shit
would
was-
get so smooth at the end.
Yeah.
My shit was like, what's up? You got to hold a gremlin. I can't come to the phone right now. You know what I'm saying? Leave me a message after the beat. And you turn that shit back up.
What was
vibe
the
out.
what was the song?
Man, I had a few of them, dog. A lot of them I like to use 50 Cent, bro. Many Men was my go-to.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
A lot of DJs play that.
Yeah, Many Men was my go-to. Oh, yeah. Don remembers I had that zero. Bitch, you ain't got, don't call my phone. Or what? How the fuck does that song go?
Oh, yeah.
Leave me, fuck, bro, I'm butchering it. You ain't got to call my phone. Matter of fact, leave me alone. Zero and, Slim Thug.
That's so fun. You know what song that just popped in my head? Not that, I mean, obviously, this is my voicemail now, but that song, it was so inappropriate. They played at all of the dances when we were little, but it was like a, you could tell them by the look in your eyes. I could tell you want to fuck. Bro, we were in 7th grade.
I know, dog.
Yes, dog.
You ain't gotta come here, boo. And you're like, dude,
bro.
we were so
Grinding, grinding hardcore. That's why I had Dom at 16, brother. I blame all that shit, man.
But you guys
song
didn't
was
leave room for
conceived.
Jesus?
Bro, Jesus was not at the dances, brother.
Jesus,
My
too,
primo
right?
Jesus was at the dances.
Jesus was grinding somewhere else.
He probably
too, bro.
was, bro.
And some Anchor Blues.
Yeah.
Beyond Maggie, bro.
Jankos.
Making my motherfucking Cortez super blue because it was they were the white ones.
Yep.
Hey, you know what song I remember specifically, bro? I was in the 7th grade and Next just dropped Too Close, right?
That's so I have a bit about that.
There
So
was a moment, bro. I'll never forget it, bro. I was grinding with my chick, right, and we were getting to it, and we're listening to the lyrics, and we're like 7th grade, bro.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
some things are starting to happen,
Exactly.
and I'm listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
This dude talking about what's going on right now with me. This is crazy. Why are we listening to this in the 7th grade?
Whole realization, bro.
Yeah.
So I have a bit, because I remember that's why I talk about like we be grinding the just inappropriate ass shit we shouldn't be listening to. And I still, like, you learn the meanings of songs too, and they still blow your mind. Like, I learned the meaning of Who Let the Dogs Out was really just about ugly girls leaving the club.
What? That's fucking
I
crazy.
just
Wow,
blew your
you
mind
did. Yeah,
right
you
now, huh?
you
I
did.
just blew your
You
mind,
just landed
bro.
something here, man. I didn't know that.
Because
was
you're
that
like,
perfect.
boom, you're
Oh shit.
And they
And they
still
had 4-year-olds.
Bro, they still play
banging
that
that
song
shit.
every sporting event, elementary through
Damn.
college. You'll be at your little league cousin, your cousin's little league.
So that shit, is that worse than what kids are jamming to these days? Like,
You know what? And that's
Glorilla
funny. No,
and
that
all
shit's
these fucking-
nuts. I'm not really. I've always been like an underground hip hop head, but like that, it's so on the nose now that it's crazy.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Well, don't you guys
So
remember when
yeah.
Lil Kim hit, right?
Yeah,
And it was like,
yeah, you're right.
whoa.
That album cover.
But
Just a
even
picture
then,
of that.
though, bro, I remember thinking to myself, whoa. Like Lil Kim, bro, look, that album hit like right when I was like about to hit puberty. Perfect timing, bro. Perfect timing for my fucking pubescent little fucking diabolical ass to have that album. I was like, you gotta listen to this, bro. Check this out. She's talking about everything we trying to do, dog.
Bro, I remember my pops would put that song in and it'd be so uncomfortable because he'd be like jamming Little Kim. And I mean, my pops listened to all that shit too. He loved NWA, bro. He loved the Sir Mix-a-Lot album, the whole album, dog.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember we jammed because like, obviously, like as a kid, you love fucking his main track. But I remember Swap Meet Louie. You know? Swap Meet Louie. All you do those. Just right in my pops. He thought he was that dude, bro. My dad's name's Leroy, and he told me that like Leroy Brown was written about him.
Oh, you
And
believe
as a
him too,
little
huh?
kid,
Bad,
I for 100%.
You still kind of now as an adult, kind of low key, maybe think it might be. Yeah.
Going back to the voicemails, my pops has always been a different dude, bro. Like extra wild, but a hustler. Like there was a point when I was in middle school, he moved out to Phoenix and he worked at this like pool company that like did like pool cleaning and chemicals and all this shit. But in his twisted mind, he's a bodybuilder, jacked. He's like, I'm gonna clean pools, like girls' pools, like in like a man thong. Bro, no joke. My dad started this business called the Cabana Boys. I remember driving. I remember going out there for the summer and pulling up to a porn store. Him going out and pulling out with like the Steve-O cheetah
That's
print.
crazy,
and
dog.
he would pull up and like clean these ladies' pool and then like whatever else they needed. But at the time, bro, I'd be in middle school. My dad's voicemail, you'd call, and it was a girl's voice, and it'd go, "You've reached the Cabana Boys. They're all tied up right now, but leave a message at the beep." And I have to be like, Dad, no one picked me up from school today. I know you're probably cleaning a pool or something, but you could call me back.
Bro, that's
Wild, bro.
That's wild
progressive, bro.
and kind of a good idea, dog.
Is it still going? Is he still?
I mean,
Or did he retire the
He
shorts?
retired
he
the.
retired. But if you see me and Johnny cleaning pools in the Northeast Heights,
We're restarting
keep
it.
it fucking mind.
Don't record me. I'm here to service your mom.
Yeah.
Are y'all hiring or?
That's a good idea.
I'm
though.
here to
That's
service your mom's pool and her
And
accessories.
to wrap it up, full story. So he like working for that company. He was supposed to not, you're not supposed to do like side work and make money
Right.
doing other shit. Much less have a whole other sex
Oh, yeah.
cleaning pool operation. And some chick that got like sour with him over like them chatting or whatever called his company and was like, "This dude's fucking doing
What a
this and that."
hater.
Yeah, they fired
What a
him.
hater. Wouldn't drop the Thunderdome on her
Oh, yeah.
anymore, so she
Yeah.
got fucking pissed.
He was too lazy with the 69.
He was
Yeah,
too lazy with
this.
this. Oh, there we go. Just, you do it. I'm going to just lay here.
I'm a
He's all
cabana
pretty
boy.
chemicals. He's all
I'm
fucking.
a cabana boy. That's, hey,
pH right, girl.
that's kind of like, it's funny because we talked about it too, bro. Like around that same age, 7th, 8th grade, bro, it was like my dream job was I was going to move to LA and be a porn star. Right?
Yep,
In
yep.
7th grade, though, like I'm thinking to
Is
myself.
a name kind of?
I get.
the Johnny J, because that's a porn name.
It
bro.
could be,
Yeah, it's
right?
like-
It could be.
yeah.
Well, it's interesting because James is my middle name, right?
Okay.
So it's it could do whatever the fuck. It could be a whiskey. I could be a porn star. I could be an outlaw. You never
It is,
know,
'cause
bro.
It sounds like Johnny Tapia, Jesse James.
Exactly.
There's something there.
So
like,
whenever I was switching my stage name from my street name Gremlin to Johnny James, well, I was like, I went through all kinds of different. I'm like, I want to use my real name. I want to rip away the veil. I want to rip away the barrier between me and my fans, but not completely, right?
exactly.
I'm like, they'll get my Kendrick Lamar version of my name, right? Because his name's Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. He's not Kendrick Duckworth.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you got Johnny James, right? I use that to my advantage, but it also could have been my porn name. In my mind, though, I was thinking Johnny Wad, right? That was going to be Johnny Wad.
Wad is so aggressive.
Johnny Wad, aggressive. I was out the
Wad,
gate, dog.
dog. Just
Johnny Wad in the
Wad.
7th grade. Because in the 7th grade, you think to yourself, what better job? I'm going to get paid to do what I can't do right now? What I'm dreaming about, I want to do, they're going to pay me to do it? Until I found out some of the ways you got to enter the business.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's the
Oh, you
death
did
of
some
Johnny
research.
Wad. I did. This was
He
legit.
almost made it on the casting
was-
couch.
Almost. Now listen, Johnny Wad. You got to go this way first. So yeah, that dream died. It
Yikes.
died. I'm glad. I'm glad. But who knows? I was thinking about maybe start.
knows?
I was thinking about maybe starting an OF. But like a feet only OF where I'm just like walking around the bosque. You know what I'm saying?
that's a hot one.
We get like stickers. I pull them out of my feet. You see my beach. You see my beach scars on the bottom of my feet.
I was gonna do something too where you would just like allude to where you're like you put a vase in front and you're just like setting up some flowers or setting up a charcuterie board like right in front of it. Something that girls like. You got to think what ladies like, bro.
Yeah, man.
Charcuterie, flowers.
I know there's not ladies
Making a
out.
candle and right in front of it. Just
Right in-
soy
you can
candle.
li- you can light it,
Yeah,
right?
Some eucalyptus. in there.
Eucalyptus, a little bit of mint, some essential oils,
little
right?
self-care, dog.
Because I agree, they're. I know there's probably a couple ladies out there that like that, but they don't want the dude that's just like, hey, you down to titty fuck or what?
That's come 3 times.
That's crazy. I found the titty fucker guy. You were right, Susie. He
Bro,
did
there's
make me
some
come 3
guy,
times.
That's his whole thing. For
Guaranteed.
sure. There's some guy that just
Guaranteed.
out there titty fucking. Bro.
Yeah, guaranteed. Because there's still the guys that are there. You see them on Facebook, right? And they're like, they're pushing like 50. Not saying this is you, Ken, bro. I love you, my brother. I ain't never seen Ken do this. If Ken did do this, I would call him out, though, right? When you go and you see this chick, right? And you could tell they came from MySpace first, right? Because they got accepted and they go to her page and she's like, damn, mija, thank you for accepting my request. That's on the communication thread. Then you look at her pictures and every fucking picture, he's like, damn, mija, you look firme as fuck. I like the way you take those pictures. You need a real man in your life. They still exist. Those dudes are still on Facebook. 100%. And I'm like, again, if it's my homies, Ken didn't do it, so I'm just using Ken as an example. I'd be like, Ken, dog, man, everybody can see what you're doing on there, dog. They see you. We see the comments, dog. Stop it.
Looking thirsty as a motherfucker.
Those dudes are the same ones that had girlfriends back in the day that would give them the shout-outs in the jail.
Oh, yeah.
Do they still
I
do
just want
that?
to call and
Hell
leave
yeah.
my boo a
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm waiting for you. I'm here. I'm loyal, baby. I'm waiting for you. Angels on your pillow. Bye.
Angels on your pillow. Yes.
Shout out my baby
I'm
daddy
gonna drive
creeper.
by at 2:03. You'll see my headlights flashing.
Shout out my baby daddy creeper. Angels on your pillow. And then he's like, he gets out. My mija held it down. I'm telling you, he's crazy, dog.
Take me to the ball.
Hey,
Why is
that
the
was
ball always the first place?
that was the separation of generations, right? So like when I came up, we didn't use mija, right? No, but my primos and above me, it was mija this, mija that. To me, I was like, fuck, that's what like my grandpa calls my sister. Like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna call my chick mija. It's just not gonna happen.
Everyone has that like creepy older uncle or something that on Facebook will just unwarranted post like super explicit model pictures.
Oh, I know.
Just nothing. Their whole story is just like asses and shit. You're like, like grandma's still on here, dog. Like,
Hey, talking about creepy uncles. Y'all see the debate?
yo,
Hey, I didn't see it. I saw clips, and that was enough.
yeah.
That was some funny shit. And it's scary that it was that funny,
it is
dog.
Scary. It is scary, bro, to just see like old men nodding off on TV.
Crazy.
Like we're in a fentanyl epidemic. We can't have that.
No, man. Joe out here on them blues, bro.
Sleepy Joe, bro.
Man, and then
Coming
it
up
was
again.
it was funny too because like to see them like go back and forth each other, right? So like Joe was like, "I'm not a sucker, you're a sucker," right? That was his like his go-to, and I'm sure in his day that hit,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
It hit.
Yeah.
You call me a sucker?
I saw Muhammad Ali call someone a
Crazy,
sucker.
dog. And
killed.
then Trump was like, he's like, listen, guys, he couldn't hit. On the golf course, you gotta be a golfer. I can out-golf this guy. We're over here suffering, trying to fucking put groceries on the table. This dude's nodding out at the steering wheel, and the other motherfucker's talking about golf.
Yeah, he's just like spinning a circle. He's like, it's amazing. It's amazing how horrible this is. It's absolutely horrible how your president, he can't even stay up, but it's amazing if you really think about it. You're like, what are we talking about?
Dog.
Out of hand, bro. I can't believe that's what it's come to.
It
dog.
feels like a South Park episode.
Bro,
Like I was
I
saying
seen this meme and it was them and it was Beavis and Butthead, bro, and it was fucking hilarious. It was Joe Biden and Trump, dude.
It just feels like the saddest WWE promo.
Oh, it does.
For the saddest WrestleMania ever.
100%.
Yeah, WrestleMania 0.
Like when The Rock and Stone Cold are like 80,
Yeah.
right? And they're gonna come through and you're gonna see WrestleMania 5 bajillion. Is that? It's probably me. No, it's not. That's one of us.
Booked in Roswell right
Hey,
now.
bro, they heard you on the pod,
they
dog.
did hear us.
Hey.
That's literally the Roswell venue.
But I didn't have to watch the whole thing. I just saw clips throughout. What about you, Len Words? You get a glimpse of any of it?
No, I didn't watch any of it.
None of it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
I just want to see the Dudley boys come out and put one of them through a table. Bro,
Bro, imagine, bam, power bomb that motherfucker on a table. It was
something to make
That
it
was sad,
exciting.
yeah.
it was fucking funny. I'm not even gonna lie here, dog. I was laughing my fucking ass off. Whenever Trump tells him, he's all, listen, I don't know what he said just there, and I don't think he did neither. I was fucking done, bro. I was laughing so hard. I was waiting for one of them to call each other a poo-poo head.
It's that bad.
You're a poo-poo head.
Our politics, are they at this point, like, you know when teams get so bad? They're like, no, give us 20 years. We're rebuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the rebuilding phase.
We're rebuilding phase. Like,
I hope so.
Give us a few more elections. We're rebuilding this whole shit. Like,
I really, really hope so
hope so
because
too,
we're
man.
fucked right now.
I've never, like growing up, I feel like you actually had pride in taking part in the elections.
Yeah.
And do you remember, like, even as a kid, they would have us talk about it in school. I remember when Obama was winning, how psyched everyone was. And whatever, either which way it was, I just felt like you were more proud to be. And now it's a joke, bro. Like, you don't even want to ask who they're voting for. You already know. First of all, you know who your friends are voting for.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be super real.
You could
bro.
definitely read the room for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
I think Obama was the last time that I drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think after that I realized Oh man, I ain't falling for the fucking.
I was right there too.
I look at this hand while I'm over here doing this.
Yeah, because I was in college, bro, and those college kids were just psyched for that. It was like huge, you know.
Well, because it felt like we were gonna get some like real change. What was it? Hope.
Hope. Yeah, hope and change.
It was hope and change, and ain't a damn thing.
You know, it's
He made us have to fucking start paying for health insurance, bro. I remember that.
Obama did that.
Obama, yeah.
Oh, it was Obamacare was free though, wasn't it?
Well,
Wasn't he the one that had the free phones? Oh, who had the phones? Obama had the phones,
yeah,
right?
Obama did.
I wonder if those still out here.
Track phone. Yeah,
We still got Obama phones still.
I see the phone stand still pop up too.
That's that's how you can read the Obama phones. I wonder, like, man, because they weren't like good phones.
No,
I wonder if they've for real, dog.
Yeah.
All the leftovers,
Yeah.
bro. I wonder if they've upgraded to like actual touch screens now.
Oh, I'm sure.
You think?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
'cause
first
they give it
Android
out-
touchscreens.
They got Obama iPads and all that shit now.
Hold up, they got Obama iPads.
Yeah. If you Wantabo and Menard, you make that turn. There's a little stand. Somebody outside of that Salmon's
with the iPads.
with the iPads and the phones. Yeah. All you gotta have is a social security number, and you might not even need that.
Damn, I need an iPad.
I know. I was like, shit, bro.
Just give them a fake number and go. Get your shit.
Verizon got you.
You know when you go in for a new phone, motherfucker walked out with a new phone, an iPad, and an Apple Watch and got me,
Bro,
They
you're still
always
paying.
do it. Yeah.
Still
It's like, how do I
didn't
have
need
3
any of
phone
that
numbers?
shit.
Yeah, what are all these phone
any
numbers?
of that. Yeah.
Like, well, each one has a phone number.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
why does my iPad have its own phone number?
Calling up all your family members. Listen, I'm gonna get you on the family plan because we're gonna save money.
I was pissed, bro. Thank God.
Hey, turn on that AC real quick, Jay. Is it working or are we kicking out hot air? Because I'm fucking dying in here, bro. So talking about dying again, yeah, bro. 80's too old, dog, to be running for goddamn president. We need. Landward said this before. If you're 35 to be able to run, when's retirement? What's retirement age?
I think 72 now.
Okay, that should be damn 7. They want motherfuckers working until 72 now.
They don't want slaves to stop working at all.
Oh,
Come on now.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying. 72.
They keep raising it. Yeah. They
My
keep
dog,
raising it.
that's crazy business. Especially when most motherfuckers don't live past 65.
That's
I-
the game.
Well, there was another country that they did that, and then everybody like revolted against it. I don't know what happened. After
So
that.
what happens to your
Just stop
social
feeding the
security?
people.
What happens to your retirement and your social security and stuff if you don't make it to retirement?
They keep playing with the money. What else?
That's
No, I mean, I think if you're
There needs to
married,
be some
like
more
you're
responsibility in like delegating that age cap, and when your like mind is primed for making decisions that affect a whole country. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
My grandma Sharp is attack, 82 Sharp
Yeah.
is attack, but last week she left the water running for a whole week.
oh no.
Okay, do you want our president to leave the bombs on just for a
I
whole
mean,
week? To
right
leave the-
now, that's what we have,
That's
dog.
what that's exactly
what we have.
got. Yep.
You're a sucker. I'm not a sucker. You're a.
Sucker, buddy.
If you can't play golf, you can't be a president. Bro, it was insane, bro. It was totally insane. But I can't lie. I was fucking laughing.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
I shouldn't have been, but it was funny because there's humor in a lot of stuff. And this is where I'm going to turn to you, my brother. Do you, as a comedian, feel like there's too far? Is there a place that comedians can't go?
You know what? I really,
Ooh, good
and I'm going to
question.
carefully say this, and I've heard this said before, but I really feel like you could really say almost anything as long as you're not being malicious. And if a crowd could tell that you're not being malicious, they'll ride with it. And this is pre-PR and as crazy as we are with like everything now. Now you got to really be careful with what you're saying, what city you're in for sure. But you could just tell. You could tell when someone has a maliciousness behind what they're saying or when they're not. You know what I mean? Like I'm comedy. I'm not like I play a lot. I really ride the line a lot of what's like acceptable or okay but I think that's what we should do, and we should laugh at all those things that we're told not to laugh at. I'm not trying to offend anybody. That's never my thing. I don't think I'm an offensive comedian. Even I do a lot of crowd work. I don't think I'm like an offense. Even when I roast, I always say like I honey roast people. So I'll like talk someone up for like a hot second, good, like, you know what I mean, and then kind of go in.
And then drop the hammer down real fast.
But
I like you, but
Oh yeah, you just
look at your motherfucking teeth, son.
yeah, you guys, no, you'd be like, you guys look good, bro. This Albuquerque outfit's on 10. Fucking embroider, bro. Looks good, bro. Red and green chili. I see it over here. You guys look like GE&D. Like you can't just be like, you guys look like you just got your GED and that. You gotta just, you gotta talk about. But because I like talked it up, even playful, you got the laugh. So if I could get the laugh out of the person that I'm roasting, then you'll get the room to laugh. But if you're just malicious, you're like, look at this dumb fucking shirt.
Yeah. I told you shouldn't have wore that shit, Jay. I knew he was gonna hate that shirt.
But you'll see, you're gonna lose that person. You're gonna lose the room immediately.
Yeah.
And then it's a really tough uphill battle
From there.
Yeah.
I think, you know, a lot of the best stand-up comics that I see and I grew up with, I feel like they got a way of holding a mirror. Watch, I'm gonna put that close to you, my brother. They got a way, of holding a mirror to what we're doing. They got a way of showing us how ridiculous we can be and how ridiculous some things really are, right? George Carlin, I always kind of go back to to look at how he would do it, right? Man. Amazing, bro.
He was the first one that was just like a yearly hour. And you're like, how are you putting out that much
And it
material?
was always different.
Always different. Fully different.
Crazy.
A lot of stuff about like, what's going on in the culture. It was so well done. And also timeless, like stuff you can still watch today.
You throw on one of his, which I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but it was one of his darkest ones. It was right before he passed away. He did one after that, but it was when he said, if God exists, he's going to strike everybody in this stadium dead right now. And he pauses. He's all, I told you, motherfuckers. It was one of his darkest ones, but bro, he gets deep in that one. If you're a fan, like you're like, oh, this motherfucker cooking. But the critics were like, they kind of panned it because he was so dark. It's interesting though, because you can watch his career, you can watch him start giving less and less of a fuck. Yeah. I remember one of my first ones that really, really got me, and I was young, bro, is when he was talking about, and this goes to like comedians pointing out to everyday things that we say and do that we don't realize are funny. And he was talking about taking a shit, right? He's like, why do we say taking a shit?
That's a great joke.
When we leave a shit, right? You don't take a shit. So next time someone comes to my house and be like, hey, I'm gonna go take a shit, he's all, you ain't taking my shits. Those are mine. Leave those in there.
Yeah. Or sometimes it's the joke that's right in front of your face that you would have never thought of. Like this guy went on Kill Tony recently. I think he has like cerebral palsy. And he speaks kind of slowly, and there's one-liner that just was amazing. You're like, how has nobody thought of that yet? And he said, he's like, I went to use a public restroom the other day, and they had a sign that said, only flush toilet paper. He's like, well, what am I gonna do with all this shit? And you're like, just like shit. You're like, no one never thought about that.
It's right
simple,
in front of your face. And comedians that have a good thread on that, and see, that's why I feel like as an art form, you got to give them the ability. And I think I agree with you, my brother. There should be no limit if it's not super malicious. Yeah. And you can kind of see where it started shifting. We were talking about Evan. We brought it up. Was whenever old boy from Seinfeld went on a tangent.
Yeah, but you could tell that he wasn't all there. He said that with some malicious, and there should be certain things that shouldn't be said.
But see, I guess what I'm saying is, what I mean by that is,
not to take back what I say, but when you're just dropping a slur
for no reason, no context, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. If you're just,
you could see, and it wasn't even like what I seen from that moment was when people were like, oh wait, we need to pay attention to what's being said up here. It seemed like that was the divide. It seemed like that's when like comedians, people started going like after him after that like moment.
Yeah, because that was the one. It was same. Right after that, it was like Carlos Mencia with the Joe Rogan thing. There was a lot of like comedians now getting backlash all of a sudden, and then it carried on into even the stuff now with PR Day. Every week there's a comedian canceled for a joke he said.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Matt Rife was canceled, but he's not. He's still the most popular comedian. You know what I mean?
And his wasn't even a joke. His was some Twitter shit too, right?
I think it was a joke, like in his opening act.
Oh, he was talking about the waitress that showed up with a black eye.
He already told her.
Yeah, I don't got to say nothing. She already got told.
Damn.
If it's, bro, like.
They don't even know, like, Matt Rife came up in doing black rooms. Like, he came up only doing, like, that's where he got his start.
Really?
Only doing black rooms.
I see, I didn't know that.
He was on Wild 'n Out.
He was on,
You know what I mean? Like,
Hold up, Matt Rife was on Wild 'n Out?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn, I didn't know that.
And a lot of and so it's funny because he got this, like, his internet thing was like, oh, girls love him. He's a hot comedian, blah, blah, blah. But that's why he got backlash, because it wasn't stand-up fans that were going to see him, and he was a stand-up.
Yeah.
So these girls like, I'm going to go see this fucking hot comedian that I like. And then he's saying real shit, real comedian shit.
Yep.
And some people are like, oh, I don't know if I like this that much. And it's just like, well, are you a fan of him, or are you a fan of, you just want to be the girl in there screaming? In the
For
audience,
sure.
Or whatever, vice versa. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I think as long as you just, no maliciousness. If you're just dropping, this is what I was gonna get at. Sometimes you'll see this a lot in like the open mic community. Is like newer open mic communities will drop just offensive words just for the shock value.
Yeah.
No funny behind it, no premise, no teaching, no reason.
They're
And
just
it's
saying
to
crazy
like get
shit.
shock value from other comics. Because usually, let's be real, at open mics a lot, you're lucky to have anyone that's not a comedian.
Yeah.
You're lucky to have any real audience. When have you guys ever been like, after the podcast, hey, you guys want to go watch open mic comedy?
Yeah, for sure. It's the same.
And no offense, but same that you rap.
It's the same.
thing for
You know,
open mics,
rappers
yeah.
rapping to rappers' girlfriends
Yep.
9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
especially when you like coming up, dog. Until you break new ground and build fans.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10, if you're just getting started, you're gonna be rapping to rappers and their girlfriends.
Yeah. So, like I said, I really pride myself on how I deliver my material and what I say on stage and how I represent our state. And I think there's so many different comedians for different reasons. There's great one-liner comedians. There's great comedians that could talk about our culture and going through in time, like Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
And there's people that use their stories to relate to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely feel like I fall into a little bit of that. And I definitely like to get people that would see me and never expect to relate to me relate. And as when I first started doing this, I didn't have like the most hardcore local audience.
Mm-hmm.
I was growing up, I was always like the standout. Like I was never cholo enough for the cholos. You know what I mean? And I always like felt, and I knew that. And I would never try to be someone I wasn't either. And so as I grew up, I was always into things that people weren't. Like I got really into underground hip hop. Like shit, I always wanted to do shit that people weren't doing. Wear sneakers people weren't wearing. Listen to people weren't wearing. And it just developed my style and be like, for all in this life of like, you were never cool growing up. All of a sudden that made you cool.
Yep.
Like just sticking to yourself and being original.
1,000.
And now I get so much love from the community and people that I would have never felt like they would have just vibed with me off the bat. And it's one of the reasons why I push the New Mexico stuff so much too, because we do have such a beautiful culture, bro. And the more that I get older, the more I get nostalgic and appreciate it.
Yeah.
And the more I travel, you realize like how special it really is, man. I go all over the country now for this. And every time I come home, I love it. I love telling jokes for the people in the state. And it's, so it's really developed me to stay original as possible.
I couldn't agree with you more, my dog. Like straight up, bro. Like it's interesting because when I first like picked up a mic and I started rapping, everybody expected me to rap a certain way, dog. Right? Like everybody thought I was gonna be fucking rolling in my ranfla with my ruka and shit. Little Rob, dog. Exactly. Especially because I had the goatee and like the glasses look similar, right? Like, Little John, Little Grim up in this bitch. But I grew up listening to fucking like hip hop, dog. So I was all about trying to be lyrical. Not saying that those homies can't be lyrical, but that wasn't my genre, right? Like I wasn't an essay rapper. You feel what I'm saying? So like when the homies would see me start rapping, they're like, bro, you don't sound like Night Owl. Well, that's because I don't know who Night Owl is, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I had to like kind of fight that like stigma for a long time, especially because my nickname was Gremlin, dog.
Okay.
So they'd see, here comes this fucking cholo essay dude.
Blood in, blood out shit
Yeah,
off the
for
bat.
real,
Off
dog.
the bat.
His name's Gremlin, so he's gonna pull up talking about his ruka and his ranfla and his fucking, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't like that. So it was an uphill battle kind of. And I remember, and I've told this on one of my albums, I had a teacher, I ain't gonna shout him out because fuck you. It's still fuck you all these years later. Maybe I made it worse than it is, but cool, we'll run with the narrative, whatever. We were in class and he'd see my raps and he wanted to like read them in front of class. And I told him, fuck no, you ain't gonna read these in front of class, because I know I was gonna get in trouble, because it was just fuck this, fuck that, whatever.
Crazy shit to say that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna read this shit. But he was like, oh, bro, nah, you would. And he was a white dude. He's like, you a Chicano rapper from New Mexico? Get out of here. You ain't never gonna be shit, he told me. And I'm like, oh yeah, bitch. Yeah. Oh, and I know every rapper has a similar story to this. I swear to God, mine is real, bro. Mr. fucking Simpson. I knew I wasn't gonna drop it. Go back to the album. Yeah. Go back to the album. We got a skit, but it forces you to say, okay, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna be 100% authentically me, because that's not me. The moment you try and be something else, when people find out, dog, you're done.
Yeah.
Your run is over with. Like, if they would have tried to be like, hey, Zach, what's your favorite Lil Rob record? And you're over here listening to fucking Immortal Technique.
Yeah.
You're going to be like,
listen to that, Living Legends.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Atmosphere.
let's talk about Dance with the Devil, dog. I don't know what you're talking about Sunday afternoon up in this motherfucker.
I was even so underground. Like, I loved Immortal Technique's like lyrical shit. And so I was like, don't just talk about that song. There's better songs.
Oh, I know. That's all anybody wants to talk about.
There's better songs, yeah.
Some of my favorite, what's that Immortal Technique line when he says, he's all, I'll tie your family to the couch and slit their throat, so when you scream, only blood comes out. I doubt that there'll ever be a more wicked MC, because AIDS-infested child molesters aren't sicker than me.
Oh, yeah.
That album, bro, Revolutionary Volume 2, shit.
That was the one. I got that from LA Underground.
Shit, bro, shout out LA Underground. Hey, they still owe me fucking money now that I think about it. They closed and didn't pay out.
Oh, fuck, man. I can't say, because, bro, growing up, what about a gem that was different, bro? You'd go there, that's where all the... Much as a hip-hop store like Sam Goody, like, you know, or just CD stores. But LA Underground, they had underground hip-hop, bro.
Yeah.
Shit you couldn't get anywhere. I remember that changed my life. Underground hip-hop changed my life. I'll never forget. My brother's 10 years old. Going to hip-hop, I wanted to mention this. So my brother was an MC, graffiti head. I grew up like, I was a little kid. Him and his friends would be ciphering in the room, and I'd be like in the middle of the ciphers watching them rap. I'll never forget one time he even took me bombing as a little kid with him.
Fire.
And I was so little, I remember he like told me to press down on the spray can, and I didn't have enough strength. So he put his finger on mine and to spray it down and do the tag.
That's crazy.
My brother was from PHO, which was like a huge crew back in the day. And they made the news for like graffiti and everything, like, because graffiti was nuts in the 90s here.
So, brother, you got the elements of hip-hop out the gate.
That was all I wanted to do. And one day, I idolized my older brother. You know what I mean? And one day at Garfield Middle School, he had already moved out of the house. But any day he would come pick me up, it was like the shit. But at this point, I'll be honest, my brother was already getting into more than hip hop. You know, drugs, drug dealing, things were changing. He was in trouble with the law a little bit. So like he'd pick me up, and he'd be like 3 hours late, and I'd still be psyched to see him. Like whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever. I didn't even care. It was my older brother. And I remember I put on the radio because I was, you know, still into hip hop in my own way, and I'll never forget Ludacris's fucking "Welcome to Atlanta" came on, and I fucking "Welcome to Atlanta" with the plates. And I'm fucking 7th grade. No, that's the whole song's about going to the club all week. I'm like in 7th grade, and I'll never forget. He's like, bro, this shit sucks. And he's like, I'm gonna show you good hip hop now. And I'll never forget. And he put on a CD. It was called Felt. It was Merce and from Living Legends, Slug from Atmosphere. And I'll never forget. He threw that shit on. And that day he gave me 3 CDs. He gave me that one. He gave me an Aesop Rock CD and a Grouch and Eli CD.
Oh shit! Oh, he kicked you out the gate right away.
And super underground shit. And then every time I'd go visit him, he would trade me out 3 CDs. And then he showed me LA Underground. And I remember by the time I was like in 8th grade, like I would have my grandma take me. I remember she took me to LA Underground, and I got a Brother Ali CD, and she's like, I'll never forget. She's like, there's not like too much like bad words or anything. And it's like this. It starts all. It's like wrong side of the street. There's a motherfucker on the train. He's like, and
off
so,
the rip.
but it was all I wanted. I was going to concerts, you know, at Launchpad at 13 and 14, and like underground hip hop just was my thing always. I got into DJing and like got turntables and got, you know, would freestyle, like say freestyle at parties.
That was the shit, bro.
But for some reason, b-boying, it wasn't until I was older. I was like 21, and I had a roommate that was a b-boy, and he would break it, you know, when we'd fuck around and shit. It wasn't too serious anymore, but he taught me a couple little steps, right? Just a little freeze, little fucking go down. And I remember we went to the Old Burt's Tiki, and I was 21, right? Just turned 21. Went to the Old Burt's Classic Hip Hop Night Wednesday.
Yep.
Hip Hop Nights on Wednesday. Rest in peace to Wake. He used to fucking be the host.
Man.
And And there would B-boys would always do a little circle, and I had a couple little fucking Marble Reds in me, dog. And I was like, I went out and did my little janky fucking step and my little freeze and fucking thought I was the man, bro. And it was going back to how welcoming and much love this hip-hop community in New Mexico has. This one of my mentor and now one of my best friends of the days, dude, Nate O'Rock, came up to me, Nate Herndon, bro, one of the best B-boys, artist, talented MC. He's like, hey, bro, like, if you ever want to really learn how to break, we practice here on Tuesdays. We practice here on Thursdays. And I just started going and pulling up, bro. I was already 21. Like, usually now, like, breaking's for the youth. Kids start.
Oh, yeah. Now you started like 12 or 13.
You have to start in the womb, bro. You
No
have to be
shit.
play beats. Be like, do a 6-step, bro. And fucking-
Seriously.
And yeah, so, like, to start that late, I always felt, but it was the challenge, like, the physical challenge, the fun I was having.
Yep.
And that, for some reason, that was the one thing that stuck. And even with the comedy, I still break, and I still practice with the homies, and I entered my first battle since I got out of the hospital in like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that probably changed the whole trajectory of how you could break.
It lit my soul up, bro. Oh yeah, that did. Yeah, for sure. I'll never forget when I got out of the hospital. One of my crew members came to visit me, and it didn't hit me yet, and I started crying as I told him, and I was like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to dance again.
Fuck.
And as I said it, like I was like,
hit you.
like, yeah, it hit me, and I was like, because at that moment I didn't know what was gonna be next. You know what I
Well,
mean?
fuck, dog. You don't. A lot of people don't get shot in the stomach
Yeah.
and are here on a fucking podcast, dog.
Much less after the roast of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. That would have been a wild way to go, dog. Right?
That's so
We just
crazy.
talked major shit about him, and now he's gone.
You know, and I say it, and I talk about it on stage. I have a bit about it, and right at the end, because I do a lot. It's all, you know, I make it funny. You know,
Yeah.
it's stand up, but I make a point at the end where I say, yo, I know I'm joking about this, but I'm extremely grateful to be here and stand on my own 2 feet and be able to still tell jokes.
For sure,
So
dog.
I always throw that out there, and I'm so happy I'm not just another mural on the wall. Like, shout out to much love to all the homies, but I'm so happy I'm not just another face on the wall, bro.
Yeah, you could have been, bro. Like, seriously, dog. That wasn't a shot in the arm, bro,
Yeah.
which people could still go out from.
Yeah.
Stomach.
It hit my liver, kidney, major blood vessel.
Crazy,
I had
brother.
a hernia, broke a rib. I'm very lucky. And comedians, you know, my friends saved my life, bro. They were still with me. It was right after the roast. I was walking a friend to the car. I was walking my dogs when it happened, and I called my closest comedy homie, and I'm like, bro, I called Evan.
Damn.
Evan was the first person I called, and there was probably like 10 comedians in my house just chilling after the roast, all the roasters and Evan, and I was like, bro, you gotta take me to the hospital, or I was like, you gotta get everyone out of my loft and take me to the hospital. I just got shot. And
Fuck.
he goes, no, you did.
Hey, that Evan impression was on point, dog.
And I was like, bro, I just got shot right now. You gotta take me to the hospital. No, you didn't. And then I was like, I called my other homie, and yeah, they took me to the hospital, and luckily I was there for 4 days. I got out of the hospital and did comedy 2 hours later.
Got to jump
That's how
straight
much
back
I
to
love
it.
this shit. That's how
So
much I love this shit.
did the bullet stay, or did
Went through.
you have an exit wound?
Yeah,
That's
went through.
probably why you were able to make it. Was the exit
Crazy.
wound? Yes,
Real
bro.
crazy.
Well, you just made me think of one of my favorite Bob Marley quotes of all time. When they ask him why he just got shot, and he's like, "Well, you just got shot. What are you doing performing?" And he says, "Well, the evil of the world isn't taking a day off, so why should I?"
Bro, I felt I had so much purpose instilled in me that I was like, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm only gonna go so hard. And I did it, like I said, 2 hours later I did comedy. I headlined a comedy festival 9 days later out of state. I had to bring my dad so he could change the packing of my
Fuck.
gunshot wounds.
Fuck.
Like I just and honestly my comedy just even took off more
Yeah.
because I was so hungry to get back to anything normal.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know I could still do this, and like I said, I had so much purpose that I was like, I life's so short. I'm not gonna waste any time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste any time, and also I'm not gonna hold on to negativity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky to still be here. You know, whatever, they're gonna get their karma.
Yep.
And I truly believe that, but I am lucky to be here, and I'm only going to push out positivity. And I try to do that through my comedy and really who I am personally. But I'll be super honest, I do struggle, like, day to day. Like, the mental's different. I don't go out anymore.
Because you're
There's no
probably fucking worried.
And there's no reason to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I really don't drink no more. I like to smoke. This is what I like. This is dope to me.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And at times I find myself being maybe like a little short in person, and I'm trying to like work on that. You know what I mean? Like, I just, you know, you don't realize how it affects you. And there's no therapy. There's no hugs.
No, well, because I mean, it doesn't really. I mean, let's be real here, and then no fucking whatever helps you. But I've been through therapy too, and there's only a certain place you can get to. The rest is you, right? Doesn't matter. You could talk to your fucking blue in the face.
I tried to get into therapy. Like, oh, we're a year and a half out, and you're like, all right, well, I'll talk about it on stage and heal like I always do. I'm gonna be real here. Coming from an entertainer too, that is why I was able to get through a lot of my shit too, bro. Because I had an outlet, right? So I feel blessed as well, bro. So I can relate to what you're saying 100%. Some people don't got a creative outlet that's therapeutic. You know what, bro? You see it. All right, this is my analogy. You'll see it a lot in like gym bros. You go to the gym and you see dudes just acting out of pocket, bro. You're like, you're not this guy. And then you realize we are very lucky to get our attention. We have our thing where we get our recognition, we get our attention. Most people in the day-to-day life don't get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So they seek it in weird ways through their behavior and acting a fool and shit like that. Not to make it any better.
Yep.
But I definitely am blessed that I have that creative outlet.
Yeah.
And I want to say this just straight up, bro. This is the first time we got into chat. I love what you do for New Mexico, bro. I love what you do for New Mexico. And every content you put out is doing something better for our state. You know what I mean? And whatever, people say, don't say, comments, because this is what I realized. Anytime your video gets past your followers, you're going to get some shit comments.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And for you just to put that for years, you know what I mean? I started seeing your stuff in the pandemic when people needed to see content.
Yeah.
And and it inspired me. I'm like, bro, this dude's a rapper putting out content. And us comedians need to. And I was putting out shit, you know what I mean? And I was laughing. Some of that old stuff I kind of want to throw back Thursday a little.
You got to.
And it just, I'm sure as it happened for you, the video success just somewhat happened randomly. Like, it was a video I put on my story, and to me, I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. I'll throw it up as a post.
Went crazy.
And it was just an observational video, something I just saw and I was like, did a little joke about it. And then, from there, and then I was like, okay, well, now this is bringing people to the live shows.
Yep.
And now, because people are seeing that, and they're like, oh, we can see you live, we can see you live. I'm here, boom, boom, boom. And it just started picking up. And before that, I was selling out 2 shows a month at Dry Heat. And it's getting to the one thing I did want to promote on this podcast. I'm very honored to be one of the first local headliners at Casadas Comedy Club next Saturday.
Make some fucking noise for that, Jason. That's dope though, bro. Like, that's a big, like you brought it up at the beginning of the podcast. That comedy club is big for us, bro. It feels like something that should be in Austin or LA.
Yeah.
It does, but it's got a New Mexican vibe to it.
And I'm so happy because when I started comedy, I actually got a shot pretty early. So when Santa Ana then they had the Star at Santa Ana. I was the newest comedian to ever get booked to work there. Like, I would only been working maybe not even 2 years, but I just put so much effort and dedication into this, like, off the bat. And my first weekend there was with Steve-O.
Oh, shit.
4 shows with Steve-O. And, bro, I was nervous, like, so new. And then I started getting more shows with bigger names. And then right when the pandemic hit, I had like 3 huge names that I was so excited to work with. And I got booked at my first like club in LA, pandemic, all that went away.
Destroyed it all.
And then Star never came back. And so when Casadas came back, it was, and then, Dry Heat on top of that.
Oh, what you guys have been doing before that.
With our independent scene.
Yes.
So now with that, with the commercial scene coming back, bringing in big headliners. And I love that Casadas doing this. I am going to say this. They've rotated almost all of us locals out, which a lot of clubs don't do. A lot of clubs work with like 4 or 5 locals. And every other scene's way big. We maybe have 50 comedians, past, present, future. Denver has like 300 working comedians.
That's a lot.
And their clubs are rotating out like 5 hosts, or so. I don't know. I don't want to say it for sure, but you know what I mean? Where Casadas actually has gotten almost everyone up as a host, a feature.
That is dope.
That is dope. And having us as their first local headliners.
I think it's well, for one, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I can't thank you enough, my brother.
Oh, shit,
yeah, watch. Look, I got some. Look, you can use mine. I didn't drink out of it, I swear, dog. Hey, I can't thank you enough, my brother, for the flowers you just gave me, dog. Like, seriously, bro. It means a lot to me because you're right, bro. I'm a motherfucking rapper that started posting funny shit on the internet and it went fucking crazy, right? I never once said I was a comedian. I never said I was gonna get into comedy, bro. Never even crossed my motherfucking mind. My family would tell me all the time that my music doesn't directly reflect other parts of my personality. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not fucking Weird Al Yankovic, right?
Yeah.
I'm not out here making funny fucking songs. It's a facet of like my expression. Exactly. But in real life, I'm out here fuck cracking jokes and wilding the fuck out all the time. That's just who I am, bro. But I never looked at myself as like, I'm a fucking comedian, right? So when my son told me to get on the internet, you know, I sound like a fucking boomer. When my son said get on the internet,
you know how many people, that's the most famous
crazy, dog. I was already on the fucking internet, but he told me to get on TikTok, right? And I was like, I'm good on IG and over here, this is cool, whatever, we're good. You know what I'm saying? But the pandemic hit. And again, tour got taken away from me. So I'm sitting there looking in the mirror like, well, what the fuck you can do with the rest of your life here, my dude? And I just started posting content that like was like educational from like New Mexico. I wanted to ask questions, and it showed and showcased our culture through my lens, right? And it just boom, exploded. So everybody instantly thought this dude's got to be a stand-up comic, and I'm not. Not saying that I never want to step into that ring, but comedy's a genre, right? It's a genre. You have, like you brought it up before we were rolling the cameras, Seth Rogen. Would you look at him as a comedian, Landwords?
As a comedian?
Yes.
No.
But he's a comedic actor, right?
Right. Yeah.
So he's in the comedy genre.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Some people can blur those lines.
Exactly.
Adam Sandler, he did stand-up comedy, still kind of does, right?
For sure.
And a lot of people like started real like Seth Rogen did comedy really briefly when he was like a teenager a couple times. Jim Carrey did too. But a lot of these guys, once they turned over, you know, they realized maybe their talents were better.
Their comedy's here, there, not in the same place.
And now we're in a place where people taking so much media off their phone. And I never thought about it like this until one day I got bummed about, you know, you get bummed about videos not doing good.
Yeah.
And I hate that a lot of times how good we feel about, this is some real shit about what we do, how good we feel about each other depicts how well our content does. And that sucks that that's what this fucking shit has done to us.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because I know what I do on stage. I'm super confident about that. And even, but like, when, you know what I mean? But one day I had a video say, you got 1,000 views. I'm like, bro, you know how long it would take it to like open mics and small shows in Albuquerque for 1,000 people to come see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So much less if you have a video that pops.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it would take me years possibly to see 1 million people live.
For sure. And that's why you always don't have to always move now.
Exactly.
Look what Rogan and them did in Austin, right? Cali left the Mecca.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you leaving Cali? What the fuck's going on? And now look at Austin.
I just did his club in December. It was amazing.
Oh, dope, bro. We got to talk about that a little bit.
To go. I went to get up on Kill Tony. Well, just the shout, right? Like, that's the popping thing right now is Kill Tony. And it's funny because, like, this is what I realized when I went to Austin. It was chaos. I signed up for Kill Tony, over 160 comedians.
Holy fuck.
And they have them in a bar, all chilling. Open mic comedians are also psychopaths. Okay? You have to be a kind of a weirdo to be like, I'm gonna sign up and just go talk anywhere. Like you'll get a small percentage of people. Dude, there was a dude laying on the floor. It was so weird. And they had a 1 minute open mic going on in this bar while you wait to see if you're gonna get called.
Damn.
So it's just chaos of 1 minute, another comedian just going up saying horrible jokes, and then like this guy comes in from Kill Tony. He's like, he'll say a name and everything drops, and then like it's like the chosen one, and like someone gets like pulled out, and then they pulled maybe 6 names, the whole thing
Out of the 100 and some people there.
and then 3 of the names are like, you were just on like 2 weeks ago. So they're like, there was maybe 2 or 3 random pulls
that they take now.
You know what I mean? But luckily, I was able to get up at the mothership, and I got that experience, and it was to see how professional they did it, and everything was so amazing. Like, it was kind of crazy. You couldn't even have your phone as a comic, though.
Oh, bro, they even take the comics phones?
After your set, you had a dip.
Like, get the fuck out. Damn.
But the audience was amazing. To say that, you know, I went up, you know, right before like Stavros was headlining. They had some great headliners that night on stuff. Kill Tony was on at the same time, and so, you know, the experience is great. But I think you learn this sometimes is traveling, especially where I'm at in comedy in the growing phase. You spend so much more money going to do comedy out of state than you'll make at first, right? Because you're doing these bar shows. And this is the misconception with clubs. Clubs ain't gonna pay. I ain't get paid shit at the mothership. Clubs really don't pay that much, especially if you're just getting on as a guest or even a host, or, you know, until you're the feature headliner.
You ain't getting paid.
You ain't getting paid. It's the weird shit that pays. The corporate gigs, the private events, the colleges, the casinos.
So you're getting the bag from Grants on the 4th, the weirdo private gig.
They
I see
better
you.
be lighting. They better send me home with some artillery
I'ma
shells.
be there,
at
dog.
least.
I'll pull up,
some
bro.
Roman candles at least.
But I think I agree with you on when people are like, well, because I've gotten that too. Well, why are you still in New Mexico? Because, motherfucker, this is my home. I love it here. I've been all over the United States. I don't ever see me fully fucking leaving. My whole family's here, dog. My entire life. My existence, right, is just so integrated, dog, to the soil, my brother. So, and now with the way we can conduct ourselves and how business can blow up, I don't have to be in a specific marketplace. This is more powerful than if I would have moved to Cali. If I'd have moved to Cali,
getting on Jimmy Fallon.
exactly, I'd have been just some other motherfucker out there doing some other motherfucker shit. Point blank, period. But if you're loyal to the soil, you do your own stuff, you build it from the ground up, then you're in a position of power, bro. I wasn't used to having leverage, my dog.
Of course.
I came up with the which you remind
or knowing your worth.
No, I wasn't. I'm like, please, can I get $100? I don't know, man. Shit,
Give
bro.
me
I'll perform for
gas
some
money,
fucking like some weed, dog. Give me an ounce.
Bro, yeah.
Give me an ounce, dog, and some swishers, and I'm up there. And you made me think of that when you were saying I get it, because those clubs pay you with what these janky promoters used to pay me with: exposure and opportunity.
Yep.
Exposure. And when I was like, damn, I'm gonna get all this exposure. Now I'm 39. I'm like, motherfucker, I'll expose myself, dog. On my podcast. Watch it.
Pause, yeah.
And then, and as you do this more, you learn not to take the deals right away. You learn to know, like I said, know your worth. You work with companies that you feel comfortable with, and like I was saying, big ups to what you've done, because I don't know if people know this, like a primal instinct in us is to be accepted by our inner communities.
Yeah.
It's a primal instinct, and not that it's a necessity, but it's so dope to see, like the other day when we were at the art event, to see someone, oh shit, you're the dude. And it's so dope to see a homie get that same recognition. Bro, I love seeing my friends come up. I love seeing that. I love seeing.
Dog.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So do I.
So to be accepted by your community, like I said, and I feel the love too, because that's someone that said I was always a black sheep growing up in my own culture. Now to feel accepted really, really makes me, have so much more love back. And you know what I mean? Instead of wanting to be on my own island and do my own thing and just growing my own thing.
Because you can only stay there for so long, dog.
And because it's so much bigger than that.
Yep.
And that's when bro, my jokes changed, my approach changed. The way I connected to people, I started doing so much more crowd work. Like I had changed my whole idea. Like I went up for years, there was a couple of years where I was like, I'm just gonna go up and be in the moment as long as possible before having to tell jokes. Like I'm gonna be a quarterback and be in this pocket as long as possible. I'm not gonna run. Like I'm gonna just, and it's like freestyling at a party, right? I'm like I'm gonna show them that I'm really rapping about what's going on right now.
Yep.
And through doing that, my able to connect with people grew like that. And now with my material, I'm able to do my material, dip into the crowd, bring them back, do crowd work jokes that they think's crowd work, but I set this up. You know what I mean? And
I think it goes back to me talking about repetitions, dog. You couldn't do that unless you were constantly doing it.
Yeah.
So you brought up freestyling, bro. The more you freestyle, the better. Like I remember, like that's how I started. Everybody was trying to battle each other, and I was like, I'm gonna be the fucking best battle rapper that fucking exists, bro. And I got my motherfucking reps in. I was stepping in the ring with whoever, bro. And the more you do it, the better you get.
Exactly.
If you step back from it, and that's any creative thing, the longer you take a break from it, the more rust you build up.
There's only a few quotes that I have in my head, and one of you brought up Seinfeld. He has this thing where he says, 3 days off stage, I could tell. 4 days off stage, the audience can tell.
Yeah.
So that people, why do you always do? You're headlining casadas, you're headlining these casinos, you're going out of state. Why are you still go do open mics, or why are you doing this little brewery show? Because I want to be always sharp. Yep. Always sharp as possible. And you only get that through the repetitions.
You do. I don't even know exactly. I think it was Jay-Z. No, it wasn't Jay. It was somebody said it. It was Jay-Z. He took the hip hop game like an athlete takes their practice, right?
I thought about the same.
I practice 7 days a week just for the hour I play on Sunday that you get to watch. That's what all the work is beforehand, and I'm doing all of these reps for the moment that the camera's on. I'm ready. And if you ain't doing them reps, dog, you ain't gonna be ready. That like you have
The
to.
athlete, like that bodybuilder, like these cats are in the gym every day, eating like fucking, not even enjoying life.
Oh, I know.
Eating like a machine to step on stage maybe 1 or 2 times a year.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, I step on stage almost every day. I'm going back to being blessed for that creative outlet.
Yep.
Because, even my B-boy homies, like we practice. You may battle even a lot once a month. I sometimes get on stage 6 times a week. Sometimes I get on stage 3 times a night. So to have that outlet, for sure, and going from that transition when I started taking like comedy more serious and competitive breaking a little bit less serious, right? We're fucking getting older, getting shot.
Yeah.
It's like my body can only last long. And Idea said this. Idea is an MC that passed away.
Man, you remember his fucking battle on HBO when they showed that
shit?
shit?
That was my first concert I ever went to when I was 13.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy,
I'll
bro.
never forget. He signed a shirt for me. I still have it. I put it in a case, and when he signed it over Idea, he's like, "I'm gonna write my real name," and he wrote Michael over.
That's crazy.
Those moments made me. Though that music made me.
Damn, bro, you just flood of memories, dog. Remember the HBO? I don't even know what the fuck it was
Blaze
called.
battle.
Remember that shit? And he won that, bro. He fucking bodied everybody.
Bro, this is the sickest, like, for the art thing. He was the illest underground artist. He would battle. He was the sickest battle MC, but he would make like deep tracks too, like really deep music. But he was the sickest battle MC, and he entered this thing called the Blaze Battle on HBO. It was put on by Bad Boy Records. Funny with all the Diddy shit now.
Man.
It was put on by Bad Boy, and the winner of it got a Bad Boy record deal. This dude came in, smoked everyone, won the battle, didn't take the record deal.
It's crazy. He seen he was a diddler out the gate.
He knew.
He seen he was the diddler on the roof.
Yeah, he just knew, bro. Us underground heads, it's like we need a battle. It's like it's about being as real as fucking possible.
And this is, we're talking freestyle days, dog, over a beat, right?
Yeah.
He had to freestyle over music. And it's interesting because, like, I remember seeing Idea. I'm like, oh my God. And then right after that, M hit. It was weird. Like, right at that time, like, there was even a time when I was like, wait, is this dude that was on HBO? Oh, no, this is somebody else.
Yeah.
And they come from like
like Scribble Jams and stuff. I still remember him losing in the finals at Scribble Jam against MC Juice and Rhyme Fest in a 3-way final battle.
Yep.
And I really think that's the inspiration of 8 Mile. But the funny part, he made himself win at the end. But, still, obviously, you can't take anything from M, bro. His career is crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, just still... Yeah, he battled, bro.
Yeah.
Real battles.
Yeah, and bro, Idea, dog. I remember, bro, I would watch that HBO battle, that Blaze battle.
That's my next tattoo right now. I have a couple tattoos on my leg. I have an Atmosphere one, an Aesop Rock one. I'm just getting this like underground hip hop one.
Whole leg sleeve.
Ones, like Idea ones, because that was my first. My older brother took me, going back to.
That's a good ass first fucking concert, bro.
Yeah, so that shit just changed my life for real. Changed my life.
Well, my brother.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate what the fuck you do, my dog. Like I told you, I remember there was a time in the scene that I came up with us hip hop heads down here where I couldn't go to a show without a pistol. There was a lot of infighting and people there was cliques. We were clicked up. And we would, have cliques that we were cool with, and that it was a whole tense, fucked up situation, bro.
The hip hop, because it was hard, because the hip hop scene, they would really ride the line of like, you a crew or you a gang?
Exactly. And there was people that didn't work together because they might have been on this side. So it was very hard to get to where we are now, where a lot of people really rock with each other, and it's built like on like a mutual respect, right? It took a long time. I watch what you guys have done in the comedy scene, bro, and like that's where I feel the hip hop scene is going. But you guys are there, dog. I see the support. I see you guys at each other's shows.
My dudes that are doing this, I know you had them on. Shout out to Buck. Shout out to Anthony A. Much love to my brother and closest friend Josh Fournier, killing it, doing amazing.
He's on next, Josh.
Yeah, Josh Fournier. He's on he's amazing. What he does, not only for New Mexico, but with the native and the indigenous spin on things. And he's done so much stuff for his people. To come up with him together has been a beautiful journey. Yeah, I mean, yesterday when I got my car flooded out, he's the one that came for me.
He pulled up.
You know
That's
what I mean?
what's up, bro.
He was with me at the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, these people become your family, bro. And same thing, much less with what you do for not only New Mexico, for the hip hop scene. I got to give one shout out to my brother Defy. I've always loved what Defy's done for the art here and the indigenous hip hop scene here as well.
And Defy can spit.
My first time at Bert's Tiki Lounge, bro. They ended the night with a live battle. That dude cooked
Yeah,
this
Defy.
other guy, and it was instant. I was like, instant respect.
Him and Wake, dog. It's interesting because there was like 2 lanes of hip hop down here for a long time. The Burt's Tiki, right?
Like the more underground.
And us motherfuckers, the Leos.
the
right?
party.
You feel what I'm saying?
Leos is a great
Like
way to put it.
we was at Misty's and Leo's, and y'all was at Burt's,
Yep.
right? So there was 2 lanes here, dog.
Yep.
So me and Wake is interesting because we never like linked up. Like we were never like I wouldn't say we were like homies, right? But we would always run into each other on the road, dog. Like every time he'd open up, I'd be there. And the last time I ran into him, bro, was in Gallup, dog. And we were just sitting there, bro. I was like, bro, I fuck with what the face. Bro, it's crazy. We don't see each other at home, but we see each other on the road all the time. And that night, Wake got up there and he did a freestyle for like about 10 minutes about everybody in the motherfucking building and bodied that shit, dog. He was like, he's like, throw me another line. Boom, boom, boom. He was up there on stage at a sold out show too, bro. Shout out Juggernaut. It's him and Defy. They spit, dog.
They did a lot for the underground scene. Yeah, because there was always 2 different scenes and stuff like that. There's even in comedy, there's like mainstream comedy and alt comedy. You know what I mean? And much love to them, and rest in peace to Wake, and also you can't say it without saying rest in peace to Omega, and huge love and rest in peace to our brother Marvel, man. Marvel was did a lot for our downtown community too. He would spin at Inside Out on Soul Sundays for like cruising stuff. So much love to some of these cats that did a lot for our hip hop scene.
And they ain't here anymore.
Yeah.
I look at that.
We're blessed.
That's how I look at it. I've lost a lot of people that I thought were gonna be here longer than me, and since I'm still here, it's up to me to fucking go 100%. My dog.
Yeah, I'm here to see you do it, bro.
Hey, right back at you, bro. Keep your motherfucking foot on the gas.
Next Saturday, bro, it'd be a good one. If not, I want to give one more little promo. I got my own show back, ZACH ABEYTA and Friends, at a new venue. It was previously Cake Nightclub. They're calling it the Fuzzy Bunny now. But I got a prime slot, Friday, 7:30. First show is July 26th. I have a crazy lineup, so come out to that one for sure if you can't make it next weekend.
Y'all heard the man. Pull up. Until next time, respect the connect. Peace.
It's pick of the neck.